Lady Gaga here.
Good morning. I'm here with Emi Alexandri, one of my best lenders. Emi has been in the business for over 10 years, Emi. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes,
All right.
that's
She's really experienced and she's really personable and knowledgeable about different kind of loan programs that can help buyers, first-time buyers, move-up buyers, investors, and so on. The first, Emi, I want to ask you. For example, on the basics, why is it important for someone trying to buy perhaps their first house? Why is it important to contact the lender or a mortgage loan officer first before even starting looking?
well, the most important part of it, the big picture, is that knowing your numbers is very important, but it is a very hard conversation that people would basically want to skip because everybody wants to just see the house, be in the energy, have fun, and go see a $2 million property or a million something, which is fine. They could still totally go look at different houses at the open houses or whatnot. But most importantly, what it comes down to, what payment you're comfortable with and what payment you could settle for maximum payment temporarily so you can invest into a house for yourself and knowing your numbers, what fits for you, not for your friends, not for your cousins or anyone, but just for you in general as the person getting qualified. Because knowing your payments, maybe the two other big things I would say is number one, it would motivate you, maybe invest in something. Or number two, maybe you would say, hey, you know what? I want to take my time to look for the right house, but it's also going to give you a little bit of wiggle room of figuring out if you need to leave, break your lease, or if you're on month to month rent, or collect more savings for yourself so you'll be more organized before you get into a house and you buy a house for yourself.
So, in other words, also the prospect in this case will know if that person is ready at that moment, or perhaps needs to start the process to be ready eventually when everything else clicks in, because
Yes.
maybe the person's credit is not great, or if it is, maybe it needs more savings, or until all those factors are I would say up at the maximum point, or at the best situation for the buyer, then the buyer will be ready to start looking for a property, right?
Exactly. Because you could be, there's so much that goes in finances that when they go to a loan officer, we will tell you, looking at your finances overall, if you need if we need to improve your credit score, we can get your credit score up in 2 days. Um, and we'll tell you exactly what's the plan. So the person doesn't go do it themselves, or maybe they don't even need to invest money into a credit repair because that's going to take a long time. But there's a shorter, faster way for us to help the client, or reviewing the taxes. Maybe you're self-employed, you're not showing enough income, or before you file it, we can review and tell you what is your financial position at that point. And we'll look into different game plans for them. We basically give the plan to the client, they meet us halfway, and then we give them the loan. And that way it's a lot more organized. I call it, let's get your ducks in a row.
So they don't know what they don't know.
Yes.
What is right now for you as a vendor? What the biggest challenge that you see, and how are you able to overcome that and help future buyers?
So, biggest challenge, it is mostly on the citizenship part.
Hmm.
So that has changed in May and June. Government loan programs, they don't accept um, work permit or non-permanent resident alien cards. But the good news is that we have other programs such as conventional, jumbos, and the non-QM side of it. The non-QM side of it is basically with no taxes, or we have one that is with 1 year taxes, 1099, that still allow you as a borrower, as a client, to buy a house, refinance, get an equity line of credit, and so forth. But that's one big thing. And the other part of it would be income. Income is a huge problem nowadays because a lot of people, either majority of population, are at 75 to $85,000 a year. Maybe 1% in a household makes the most money. But what we can do is to bring in 2 to 3 more people on the application to make it work. So it's a lot of, we need more income to get you to that number because of housing prices nowadays. That's the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are getting denied, you would say, from some companies or some banks, because one major difference that a mortgage broker with comparing to with a bank has is that the mortgage broker can take that scenario, that loan, to different institutions to try to see which one is the best. A typical bank will just use the programs that they have and that's it, right? So they're very limited compared to what you can do. So, see, if
Right.
people get denied somewhere, you're able to do the legwork and see what other institution can finance that property for them.
Exactly. So, banks in general, it's great. People feel very comfortable to first go to their bank, which is fine. People should shop around because it's their first time. We do this on a daily basis, so we know which banks, which companies are going to give you the best rate. But as far as coming from a consumer side, I could see and feel what they think. The first thing that they would lean on, hey, let me go see if I can get qualified at my bank. The banks are very black and white. Why? Because number one thing that I tell a lot of people that I have consultations with in person, on Zoom, or over the phone, doesn't matter. I'm open to all three, um, is that banks are focused on checking, savings, CDs, IRA accounts, portfolio accounts. That's their number one profitable side of it. They are not focused on mortgage. That's why they don't have a lot of flexibility to bring in more products for their consumer, because for them it's a lot more expensive to sell it back to the investor. At the end of the day, whoever does loans, the loan gets sold back to the investor, the big guys at the top, not the banks. The top is the investor. So when that happens, that's why when you go to a, for example, us, we are a hybrid. We're a direct lender and a broker. So we have in-house programs, and we have 25 to 30 investors that I look into to find you the best price, and in regards of interest rate, programs, down payment assistance. There's a bunch of them. But to make it simple for people, I do not overwhelm anyone with programs in to begin with. I get to know the client of their portfolio as far as savings. Where is the money being inherent? Are you getting a gift of equity? Um, do you have a family member that's going to gift fund you? Is the money sitting in your checking account? Is it a mattress money? Like, what are we really working with that we can help you to guide you and hold your hand through the process and tell you exactly what to do to really get ready to that process?
So, what is the best advice that you can give uh, someone that is trying to see if they can qualify for a house? They've never done this, or they haven't done it in a long time. Maybe they bought a house many years ago and now they're buying another one or moving to another one. What would be the best of, besides calling you first, of course? What would be best advice for
So,
them to prepare to for the
so
purchase?
that's a very good question. The way I see it, the best advice, best recommendation is that if You want to make an investment, you can make an investment. Uh, don't worry about the programs at all. Number one, focus on making sure that your credit score is good to work with. And even though if it's not, do not feel bad or feel that, hey, if I go to a bank, they're going to decline me. Because when you go to a bank, you get declined. That's a blessings in the sky. That means you're not meant to work with that person. You got to go to the next person and find someone. Don't give up, because there's so many other lenders out there that they have so many different type of programs in ins and outs that they can help you. And maybe there's also other programs. For example, on our non-QM side is one of the biggest business right now that we are extremely busy with. So if income is not there,
For
and
those that don't know the lingo, what's non-QM?
so non-QM is a non-traditional type of loans, and I'll break it down. So it still sounds a very different language, and I know the terms are very different to other people's ears, especially it's new to them, which is okay. So think of it that it's outside the box. Everybody's just in the box, meaning tax returns, W-2s, tax returns, W-2s, my pay stub, that's it. But there's more to it. The outside box of it means one out we got to go a level higher to the non-QM side of it, meaning the outside box products that does not require tax returns and W-2s. So in that case, for example, if you are self-employed, you're a business owner, you have a side hustle, you got something going on for yourself, you could still buy a house with the bank statement programs, which is any deposit, Zelle, by the way, Zelle, Cash App, anything, any deposit or even checks, they do count as a income. So for example, that would be 1 year of personal bank statements if all your deposits go in your personal from your business, whatever side hustle that you have, or you're self-employed somewhere. Or it could be your business bank statements. There's other ones as well, like a profit and loss. Profit and loss is just one sheet of paper that your accountant slash CPA will definitely review your statements and everything, and then they'll write the gross income, your expenses of the business. We take the net income when it comes down to stepping outside that box without tax returns, W-2s. We take net income, not the gross. It works different, but we could still approve you, help you. And there's programs that, if you've been self-employed within 1 year, we could still do it.
Hmm, excellent. All right. So how can people reach you? I will still put your contact info under the video, but I would like you to let people know how they can reach you faster.
The best way to reach me is by either a phone call or a text message. My business line phone number, sometimes I can't memorize it. It's 818-396-7638. That's my business phone number. Again, that's 818-396-7638. So once you give me a call, if I don't pick up, please do text me and I will definitely get back to you. I'm very quick at responding if I don't respond at that moment, but I will get back to you.
And I can attest to that. I have worked with you in the past, and it's always been really smooth working with you. You communicate a lot, which I really like. So it's always been a great experience. Emmy, thank you very much for this chat. I'm sure a lot of people are going to find it really helpful, and hopefully we're able to help all those watching right now.
Absolutely. Thank you, Raul, for having me. And of course, I'm open to anybody that you come across, somebody calls you, or there's any comments down below. Maybe we can make another video to answer questions to other people. I'm open to it. And thank you so much for having me. You're an amazing broker. You guys, if you're buying a house, you gotta go with Raul. Like, he's amazing.
Thank you very
Or
much for
list
that.
your house, listing and buying. He does it
Oh,
all.
definitely, definitely. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
All right, bye.